Hello, my name is Nivisyaa, metric number 2555528. From 15th February till 12th March 2021, I did my LLB Practicum 2 at law firm named Vasudevan A & Co, which is located at Kajang, Selangor. This firm mostly handles criminal matters, family matters, civil litigation and very least number of conveyancing disputes. Mr. Vasu is the owner of this law firm, who is a very well-known criminal lawyer in this town with experience over 25 years, and Mr. Irfan Arshad is the legal assistant in this firm, who was also my supervisor. In this video, I'm going to describe and interpret the events that happened throughout my practicum and analyze and evaluate my overall experience, thoughts and journey in completing this article, and of course, my feelings regarding this practicum journey and my plans for the future. I mostly spend my mornings in courts, which is Kajang Court and Bangi Court, and afternoons in office doing the paperwork and legal drafting. Before the court proceeding starts, my supervisor, Mr. Irfan, will always explain the details of the case and note down the background of the OKT. I like the way he taught me one by one on how the case hearings run from start till the end. This firm gets cases on daily basis, which are mostly on online gambling, theft, drug trafficking, illegal customs, rape and murder. I also learned a lot about civil litigation and arbitrations. My supervisor even lets me talk to the OKT, clients and also judges on daily basis and collect information that is needed for the case. I was taught about the simple administrative jobs such as photocopying, paginating, binding, labeling a few hundred of pages. But even in doing this task, there was always something new to learn when I scanned through these documents. For example, it was preparing the bundle of documents, bundle of authorities, submissions for trial that I gained a deeper understanding about the trial process. Drafting and research related work was given few days after I entered. Drafting includes notice of appeal, notice of representation, bail application, suits, written submission, injunctions, quashing applications and etc. My supervisor also explained the components of charge sheet and how to read it like a defense lawyer. My supervisor also encouraged to do research on cases and discuss with him to check my understanding of the same. I would normally leave the office after completing the designated work to avoid any pending works. Though I was quite clueless about many things in the beginning, especially criminal procedures and litigation, the lawyers in my firm and the staffs would always take time to check on my progress, teach me and answer to my questions very patiently. Initially, I couldn't even tell apart statement of claims, affidavit, notice of appeals, and injunction, summon and writs. All seemed pretty much same to me. Thankfully, my supervisors and other staffs were always patient to me throughout the practicum journey. Perhaps it's a small firm and I was the only intern around. I felt that they were eager to teach me and share more with me. In addition to assisting my lawyers with research and case preparation over the course of the practicum, I was able to experience law outside the office as well. I traveled to different courts around the city like Kajang, Bangi, KL Court and Petaling Jaya, and sat in on various matters ranging from criminal matters to family law, especially during this pandemic where most of the cases are in online, but I was able to experience court environment. With each visit, I began to better understand the in-court procedures and the amount of intricacies that must come together within the courtroom in order to win the case. The court interpreters were friendly too when answering to my questions regarding certain cases. These 4 weeks proved to be an enriching and fruitful experience for a young law student like me. Each day in office had me trying my hand at something different, and there was hardly any time spent sitting at the desk with nothing to do. Even at times I feel pressured by the task given to me, but it was all worth it. I was very happy and excited to work in this firm because my supervisor will always assign number of tasks without hesitation in the belief that I would complete it perfectly. I rarely make mistakes in the task given to me. I feel lucky and grateful to have had the opportunity to intern at this firm who take great care of me. My supervisors would always praise me for my strength and also point my weaknesses and guide me on how to overcome. He also treats breakfast and lunch for me when he brings me to the court proceedings. Okay, besides this, I think that a defense counsel who handles criminal matters must be emotionally, mentally, and physically strong to handle all the dramas in the courthouse. Okay, moving on, my future plan is to do chambering and start practicing as a lawyer. Not forgetting, I got offered to do chambering at Vasudevan A & Co. and I see this as a golden opportunity as I'm more keener onto criminal matters and civil litigations. I hope I will become a successful lawyer in town in future. In addition, I even have plans to continue my further studies until PhD and become a law professor because teaching has always been my true passion. My article topic is a comparative legal analysis on the use of death penalty for drug trafficking cases in Malaysia and Singapore. I chose this topic because my firm handles plenty of drug trafficking and drug possession cases. So I have seen and went through plenty of submission, bundle of authority and cases related to drug offences. And recently, days before I ended my practicum in this law firm, I was drafting submission to Court of Appeal about a drug case where the accused was convicted under Section 39B of Dangerous Drug Act, where the punishment is mandatory death penalty. My supervisor helped me a lot to draft my article and gave idea to do comparative legal analysis with another country which also imposed death penalty for drug trafficking. He provided me with a lot of references like books, cases that he has handled before. I chose to compare and contrast narcotic laws of Malaysia with Singapore, which also impose mandatory death sentence. When writing this article, I not only learned about the Malaysian drugs law, but I also got exposure about drug-related cases and legislations of different countries, which is Singapore. I thank my firm supervisors, Mr. Irfan and Mr. Vasu, for being an eye-opener, and special thanks to Madam Aida for keeping up with us and guiding us throughout this practicum journey. Thank you.